Good. I too am glad to be able to speak to this tonight. I can't say glad. I think it's scandalous, Minister. It's downright outrageous, Minister. You were in opposition for long enough as spokesman on planning and environment, and to bring this kind of a bill in the 11th and a half hour before Christmas, a couple of hours before another week, is shocking. And you and your officials, Minister, well, you're only new, and I wish you well in your job, but the executive in this country and the democratic system, there's a huge disconcert now and disconnect. And it's shameful to think that we'll be fined up to 15 million for ineptitude and lethargic and disgraceful executive that wouldn't do their work, that are paid to do, that they have a right to do and should do. But no, they won't do that. And they'll pay these fines. God knows it could be tens of millions more. And how many other areas are we being fined by the European Parliament? And I met a very eminent gentleman last night with Deputy O'Donoghue, who knows a lot about Europe and what's going on in Europe, and in many areas of Europe that we could learn and get solace from our people that are in trouble, homeowners, farmers, business people. But no, you won't invoke any of those. And you take the fines and be goodbyes to Europe. This is outrageous. There's many areas in the plan. And I believe that in this COVID situation now, it's a silent takeover by the executive and by county councils, having county development plans that should be all stopped in their tracks during the duration of COVID. We can amend legislation here. You can even bring in hearsay legislation to suit the banks and the vulture funds in the middle of this plan. So we stop this in its tracks because people can't have public meetings. They have to have public meetings. There's little engagement and there's a lot of disrespect for the public by senior planners and planners. And I spoke of my own county, where the creative area plan at the moment, up to 200 submissions gone in. And my daughter, who's a councillor, was informed they have a meeting tomorrow or next week. She won't be happy because they're not listening to the public. It's just a token exercise they go through. Our county development plan is the same. While we have the 2040 plan, ruination is reigning all over Ireland. Nothing can be done. While we have all those situations going on, it's just unbelievable. And I believe that the whole area around protected structures needs to be examined because it's putting crippling prices on people with thatched houses that were deemed lovely. It's nice to keep them, yes, but we can't live in them and we can't keep them maintained. Where's the money going to come from? And same with other buildings, facade buildings and deputy. I don't know who mentioned that before. I also want to say about the whole situation regarding the land or the Planning Development Agency. And not only now, if the councils in Tipperary, when the plan starts and starting soon, I believe it should be stopped, as I said. But now they can do all they like about it, and make the plan, and that's the divine right as a reserve function to do it, and they can be overruled by this planning. Another layer that you put in. It's the hell out of contact with the people, with G Minister and successive governments. And this is part of the greater plan. And this is why I'm so suspicious about COVID and what's been done under the cloak of COVID. And the silent takeover, Deputy Bell referred to it, and the alienation of people. It's shocking. And it's right across the world, in Europe more so, and here in Ireland. And a Doon bail and people's eyes closed and fear stalks the land. And you frighten them more. And you arrest the public in Mayo who wants to have his business ran safe by doing the antigen tests. And you threaten 6 guards, visitor priests in Cavan. 6 guards, 2 sergeants, 2 female sergeants and 4 guards on a Sunday morning to tell them, to strike fear into them. My goodness, where are we going to stop? 6 guards on Sunday morning. And they told them they didn't care about God nor man. They didn't care. And that's what we're frightening the life out of the people. And it's shocking what's going on right in front of us under the name of COVID. COVID is serious. And it is. We have to respect it. But the blackguarding that's going on and the amount of business people that are going to be wiped out of this earth, the musicians can't play, the many more people, the small self-employed people gone. Because you want them all to be paupers and then you throw them a few bob and we own nothing. And if you can't wake up and see that, Minister, what's going on, you shouldn't be where you are. Because that's what is going on. And to think that we're going to have the vaccine now, and I'll be berated with a minute's discussion per member in our group, is all we're going to have tomorrow about the rollout of the vaccine. A minute. So where's the democracy? Where's the democracy? Your founding fathers in Fianna Fáil and Bernard Lahane and Dáil Éireann was he turning in that grave at an awful rate. What you're doing now with democracy. A minute per TD to discuss something like a rollout of a vaccine. A minute. You should be ashamed of yourself. What's going on and what you're bringing in here, rushing in this legislation here. And you know it's been done here the last 9 or 10 years. And you'll do it again. And the executive will go off on their holidays for Christmas. And I've no respect them, but they're not doing their job. And many of them should be fired. But no, they're doing a job of cloaking the people and diminishing the people and alienating the people. And it's shocking what's going on. And the HSE running right. I took another phone call there. They're moving another service out of Tipperary. There's rumours of it, and they won't deny it or clarify it. It's shocking, the abdication of responsibility and the way you're blackguarding the elected people, both here in the Oireachtas and down in the counties and the county councils. You have no respect for democracy. It's a dictatorship you want. Go on,